Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today as we get into what a day it's been. What a day. And this video is later than usual because it just feels like it's going to be one of those nights where I upload and 10 minutes later 5 pieces of news come out. So I've tried to drag it as much as possible. It's 10:30 PM UK time, right? I've just got a feeling that we're not even done yet for today and so much has happened. So we're going to get through it all and I'm going to give you my thoughts. But we're going to go through Conor Gallagher, then the domino effect and what's happened after that. Alvarez, Omorodion, Osimhen. It's all come out today and they're all linked, which is absolutely insane, but they're all linked. So let's get into it. Why wait? Let's get into it. Actually, before I do, tomorrow... Actually, I do think there's going to be a video tomorrow. Again, I'm traveling again. But there will be a video tomorrow, I think. Tomorrow evening. Probably sometime this time tomorrow. So make sure you guys are here for that. Hit the subscribe button, notification bell on. And we'll get ready for Chelsea versus Real Madrid, which is going to be a very interesting one. And there will be a post-match review straight after that game is done. So unlike the City one, that will be uploaded straight after the game is done. So let's get into it. Well, as predicted, I think by everybody, Conor Gallagher is leaving Chelsea Football Club. What a surprise. Not. Do I want him to go like I've said before? No. Do I think he should go? Yeah. For him specifically, yes. I think he's made the correct decision here. I think if he decides to stay at Chelsea like he wants to stay at Chelsea... Some people are trying to say, oh no, but he did accept a new contract, so what do you mean he wants to stay? Well, he's got to be a professional here as well. Look at the terms at what's been offered, and this is what I've said. There's no one to actually blame here. Gallagher's not in the wrong, and Chelsea are not in the wrong. For this saga specifically, when I'm talking about now, before, Gallagher didn't have anything on the table when there was a time to try and get him penned down to a deal with a year left on his contract or 2 years left on his contract. We've now entered that realm where his contract's coming to an end, right? He is within the last year of his contract now. Too little, too late, right? If Chelsea really wanted to keep him, they could have signed this. They could have done this time last year and signed up to a new deal if they really wanted to. The point of letting Gallagher go was always going to be pure profit. It's the same reason why in a defence that is as open as the red light district in Amsterdam, we're not keeping Chalobah. We're not. Because he's pure profit. There's some players, though, that you just, no matter what, you can't. Reece James, for example. You just can't, right? He is just that good. At least he was, and now he's had an injury and he's gotten back from that and he's had surgery. We're going to see what Reece James is going to do this season. But you just know that at his best, he's one of the best defenders in the world, right? One of the best fullbacks in the world, without question. Levi Colwill is another one, but I feel like he can go, but he won't go yet because the value can still increase. Whereas with Gallagher and Chalobah, it probably feels like that they've hit the plateau in terms of how much money they're going to bring in. And this is why Chelsea is going to go, yeah, pure profit, entertain. Levi Colwill, I don't think will stick around for too long. I don't. Reece James, I would say the same, but Real Madrid are actually looking actively for right-backs, and Reece James isn't going to be leaving anytime soon. So, he's the exception. But if not, pure profit's a thing here, guys. So, Gallagher, it was no surprise that he was going to leave. Like I've said, though, if we wanted to keep him, I feel like the club would have done it. They didn't. Now, unlike Pochettino, we're playing with a manager or head coach and a system where, yeah, there's other options, we're stacked, and Chelsea will have players to play without Gallagher. So I feel like he would end up suffering. He'd be on the bench, he won't play, his value would drop, and the knock-on effect. Atletico Madrid have come in, they've offered him good money. He's going to be on to close to 200k a week, apparently, so that's a massive increase in terms of what he's getting now. And he's going to be playing Champions League football. He has a place in the starting 11. Diego Simeone is his gaffer. Mate, you've just upgraded in every single flipping compartment. It's as simple as that. So, I feel like it's the best move for him. I've not really got much else to say in regards to that, except what it's leading to. Because now Gallagher will leave. It's going to be in the region of about 35 million, according to Fabrizio Romano. But... now we talk about the knock-on effect. And this knock-on effect I couldn't actually believe, right? In terms of how it's transpired today. I'm not surprised who Chelsea are linked with, right? Chelsea are linked with Gallagher going to Atletico, and because of that deal, Omorodion will be coming to Chelsea. What a surprise. Again, I told you guys a few days ago, before I ended up travelling back home here to London, I said to you, Gallagher will leave, Omorodion will come, we'll give him peanuts wages, and that will be the end of that. Whereas I was like, Chelsea, please prove me wrong. Please prove me wrong. How about instead you go and get a Victor Osimhen, right? And then we go and chase a top winger, and we actually decide to give him the salary that he should be getting. Therefore, we can get him in and we'll be all right. I've said, Chelsea proved me wrong. Now, what we've heard today is Chelsea are going to be going after Omorodion. But what's that going to do? And in the region of about 50 million euros. So the money that we're going to be getting in for Gallagher is basically heading right back to Atletico for that sort of for Omorodion. Basically, it's a swap. But we're going to be getting about £35 million in for Gallagher, and we're going to be paying a little bit extra on top of that for Omorodion. For Omorodion. And what are Atletico? This is the kicker now. What are Atletico going to do with that money? This is where today gets crazy. They're going to use that money and add a little bit more on top to go and, well, from 50 million euros to around 75 million euros to go and get Julian Alvarez. Yep. Julian Alvarez. So he is available. We now know that. We had doubts that maybe now City are not letting him go. Maybe it's going to cost too much money. Maybe this, maybe that. Today we found out he's available. The price isn't exactly super unbelievable, right? It's 75 million euros. Euros, what's that? 65 million quid? I'd pay that for Julian Alvarez. Atletico are going to use the money we're going to give them for Omorodion to go and get Alvarez. So let me get this straight. They're going to get in Gallagher, pay 35, get rid of Omorodion, bring in, 50 million euros, or 45 million euros, let's call it that. 45 million pounds, 50 million euros, 45 million quid. So they've got themselves Gallagher, 10 million pounds more, and they're going to use that money to go and get Julian Alvarez. We are getting conned. We are getting done here, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting rinsed. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. We're going to end up with Omorodion. They're going to end up with Gallagher and Julian Alvarez. It's absolutely unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's actually unbelievable. Instead of send them Gallagher, get the money in, go and get Julian Alvarez. You don't want to get Victor Osimhen. That's going to be too much. Go and get Julian Alvarez. Why don't we do that? What are we doing? No. Chelsea don't do that now. We're not that club anymore. We're not that club anymore. We are going in hell-bent on only youth at all means, at any risk, at any price, right? And I've told you before, I'm worried. I'm worried at this approach because there's no balance. We have no balance here. Instead of getting some... Can you imagine adding the expertise of Julian Alvarez into this team? He wants to be in the starting 11 now. That's the one thing that's eluded him, is that he can't get into the starting 11 because there's Erling Haaland there. And even then he's played. And he's won trophies and he's done all of that. And he's been in that environment. And I think it'd be fantastic linking him with Cole Palmer in behind. I think that'd be class. We're going to get Omorodion. Who's Omorodion, by the way? I'm sorry. I've seen a few things of Omorodion. I've not sat and watched countless games of him. I've seen what he's done at this Olympics that he's in at the moment. I'm sorry, he looks like Lukaku. He looks like Lukaku. He looks like a carbon copy, younger version of Lukaku. And look, this is coming from me. Just keep Lukaku then. What are we doing? What are we doing? Honestly, look, I'm saying don't keep Lukaku, right? Because it's Lukaku. I don't care about his footballing ability. It's gone beyond footballing ability. But even in terms of footballing ability, I'm sorry, Omorodion just looks like a carbon copy. I don't get what we're doing here. So it's actually quite incredible, the fact that we are seeing that. Now, then Matt Law, this was from Ornstein, Fabrizio, everyone come out. I can't show you on screen because of the circumstances at the moment. Because I'm away and I don't have the kit with me. But the rumour from Matt Law is, oh no, it's alright. Chelsea are going to get Omorodion, but they're going to go and get Osimhen too. Because they want three strikers. And they want Jackson as a left winger. I'll believe it when I see it. I'll believe it when I see it. Simple as that. Because that sounds too good to be true. He says Chelsea could sign both Osimhen and Samu Omorodion should Napoli allow Osimhen to join them on an initial loan, which won't happen. Chelsea believe they could carry 3 strikers in their squad, and then Nicholas Jackson could also play off the left wing. Mark Yu will probably go off on loan then. And then Jackson goes on the left, and then we have Osimhen, Omorodion, and Jackson is an option there. That's apparently what could be happening. But like I said, I don't believe it. I don't believe it, and I don't think that's going to be the case. And I think it's clear as day right now that was just a PR statement to come out and calm the situation and make it look like everything's okay. Meanwhile, Fabrizio has confirmed that Atletico are talking with Manchester City, and that is out in the open, and the deal is in motion for them to go and get Julian Alvarez. The latest from Fabrizio as of an hour ago was Atletico Madrid have now improved their offer to Man City for Julian Alvarez during talks tonight with an official bid up to €75 million package. Negotiations being led by the club CEOs. Whilst Conor Gallagher is prepared to travel to Madrid tomorrow to complete his move to Atletico, but the green light will come as soon as Omorodion to Chelsea is agreed and Alvarez deal is verbally agreed with Manchester City. I can't believe we're facilitating this. I can't believe it. I can't believe it in terms of how grave it is, but I can believe it because that's just how Chelsea run nowadays. Simple as that. I would love Chelsea to turn and get Osimhen over the line. If you're going to get Omorodion, you get Osimhen over the line too, right? Personally, I'd be okay with having Osimhen, Jackson and Mark Yu. What we've seen from Mark Yu so far, I like him. I'd like him as a third striker. No problem. Does he need a loan? Loan could be good. But I don't get the logic of sending Mark Yu out on loan to get Omorodion in, who's 17. When you got Yu, who's 18. Who can only do what an 18-year-old can do. And we're going to bring in a 17-year-old who we're not going to send out on loan, but we're sending Mark Yu out on loan. Even though he's looked alright. I don't get it. I don't get it. What are we doing? It doesn't make sense. Zero balance. And going after another young striker after we got one. So this is why it screams to me, we ain't getting Osimhen. No chance. Then what? Pay him the salary that he's asking for as well? Or that he should be getting? We're not going to do that. It goes to that point, and I've said this before. We will not get Osimhen because of that salary issue. We just won't. We're not going to pay it. It'd be nice to think that Chelsea will entertain that. They will pay that. Yeah, no, we could all be wrong. Chelsea will do it. They'll prove us wrong. I'd love if they did. I've said this. Prove me wrong, Chelsea. They're not going to prove me wrong, are they? They're not going to prove me wrong. They're going to prove me right, and I'm going to be here peed off that they've proven me right. I'd rather be glistening in happiness that they've proved me wrong. Please make me happy. Nah. I guarantee we'll end this window with Omorodion. That's it. That's it. That's all we're going to do. Omorodion will come in. Striker situation resolved. Honestly. So that's the latest on what's going on. And that's my thoughts. Let me know yours. Do you agree with this? Do you not? Because I don't. I think this is ludicrous. And it's a worry, and I'm going to end with this. This is the reason why, going into this season, Enzo Maresca will not hear from me. Will not hear from me. Because I've come on here and I said it before. This football club must get top 4 this season. We must. We must. And I don't want anyone at the end of it, and this is coming from me, I've called managers' heads countless times before. I don't want anyone coming on to Enzo Maresca for this situation. Not one. Because we know what we're getting in here. And what, you're going to try and expect an Enzo Maresca to get top 4 with the squad that we have, but we're getting in signings like this? And what, we haven't got any competition that are trying to get top 4 as well? What, Man City don't exist, Arsenal don't exist, Liverpool don't exist, and that's the top 3 sorted, right there. What about Man United? Huh? What about Newcastle? They're getting Mark Gurhey, by the way. Interesting. Spurs are Spurs, isn't it? They're the sort of team that would look like they could win the league and then finish 8th. That's just Tottenham. But it's nice to get a little Tottenham dig. But there's competition there. You think everyone's just going to wait for us? Nah, come on. This is why, going into the season, there is absolutely no other outcome here to expect from this football club, from these owners, from these directors, because they've had enough time, and they even told us at the very beginning that they needed 4 windows. 4 windows. 5 windows. 4 or 5 windows, wasn't it? Well, we're in the 5th, right? There's no excuse here. And then they went and got Enzo Maresca. They went and got all of these kids. Okay, you've gotten all of them in? Well, you bloody get top 4 then. Simple as that. And if you don't, they will be the ones to pray. Not Enzo Maresca. He will not be hearing from me. He will not be hearing from me. I don't care if he puts in a tactical disaster class. He won't be hearing from me. Because he didn't put himself in this situation. Well, we didn't expect the world from Enzo Maresca. No one's expecting him to come and get us into the flipping Champions League. No one's expecting that. But the club have had enough time to get us into a position to put the club in a position to get top 4. They've had more than enough time. So, it's as simple as that. If they're still going after these signings, the signings like an Omorodion, for that much money, at that age, then cool. You do you, but you better get top 4. Because if you don't, heads will roll. Simple as that. Simple as that. And we will see. We will see. So once again, I put it out there to Chelsea. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Let me know your thoughts down below. Much appreciated. And I will catch all of you tomorrow for a brand new one. So make sure you guys are subscribed, hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Check out the socials in the description. And I will catch all of you tomorrow. Have a good one, people. In a bit. Take care. And peace.